So as an extensive user of the Trading 212 platform, I've made hundreds of videos about Trading 212, and in some of them, I mentioned how I use both a Trading 212 Invest account and a Trading 212 Stocks ISA. So this video will be your guide into understanding the Trading 212 Invest account and the Trading 212 Stocks ISA, and how as an investor leverage both of them to help you reach your investment goals. So as you can see, this is my Trading 212 Invest account. Now, if I hit the maximum time period on this graph, you can see my graph has a very weird profile, and you'll also see that my net deposits are in the negative at negative £1,377. Now, the way I use my Trading 212 Invest account is once I have maxed out my Stocks and Shares ISA, any extra money goes into my Trading 212 Invest account. I invest that or keep it as cash. And the idea is that I will be using that as the bridge between the wait for the next tax year to open so that I can max out my Stocks and Shares ISA. It also, as an investor, keeps me investing regularly, because after you max out your ISA, it's easy to think you have extra money that you can spend somewhere else. So instead of that, every month I will put, whatever amount I have left over, if it's £100 or £1,000, into my Trading 212 Invest account. Usually I max out my ISA straight away. So there is about an 11-month wait where I can actually invest. And hopefully when the next tax year opens, I can actually sell off my holdings if they are in an unrealized profit, sell it off, realize the profit, and then transfer over the funds into my Trading 212 Stocks ISA, which makes it really easy. So you can see since the 1st of October 2022, this is exactly what I have been doing. My main priority is always my Stocks and Shares ISA, because within a Stocks and Shares ISA, any capital gains, any dividends, and any interest on uninvested cash, you don't have to declare taxes or pay taxes pretty much ever, unless of course the rules change, and let's hope that never happens. But you can see here on the 1st of May, I had a portfolio value of over £41,000. And then you can see a massive dip here. So this is where I would actually sell off my holdings and transfer into my Trading 212 ISA account. Now, if you'd like to sign up to Trading 212 and receive a free fractional share worth up to £100, all you have to do is to click the link in the description box down below. Alternatively, if you've already signed up to Trading 212 in the past 10 days but have not received your free fractional share, then all you have to do is to click the 3 horizontal line menu over here, scroll all the way down until you see the section use promo code, and then in this menu just enter my code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. Now, it goes without saying that if you have maxed out your Stocks and Shares ISA, then you may want to look into contributing to your pension. But remember, I am no financial advisor. I don't know your personal situation, and I can't advise you to do one thing or another. This is just what I do. This is my Trading 212 Stocks and Shares ISA. If I scroll down a bit, you can see that my ISA allowance is completely open. I haven't used a single penny of my allowance this year. However, I have completely maxed out my ISA this year with a different provider, and that is absolutely fine. You don't have to choose the same provider every year. You can have as many Stocks and Shares ISA accounts as you want, but the maximum you can put in per tax year is £20,000. You don't even have to use that whole £20,000 allowance. So if I go back to the 1st of April 2023, this is when I opened my Trading 212 Stocks and Shares ISA. You can see that day I had nothing because I just opened an empty Stocks and Shares ISA. I didn't even have my ISA allowance left, so I had to wait till the 6th of April for that to open. You can see by May, my account value was over £20,000, and that is because I did a transfer from my Trading 212 Invest account over to my Trading 212 ISA. I'll show you how that works in a bit. So same thing happens on the 1st of April 2024. You can see by May, there is another big increase as I transfer over £20,000 in cash from my Trading 212 Invest account over to my Trading 212 ISA. There is actually another big jump from September to October. However, this jump was an ISA transfer from a different provider, which was InvestEngine. So you can kind of see how I built this portfolio of over £100,000. £20,000 per tax year is a lot of money to save. However, by using a Trading 212 Invest account or any general account, Remember, before trading 212, I was still investing using other platforms, and I used the exact same routine where after I maxed out my ISA, I would use the general account. But let's talk more about that and the pros and cons of using this so-called strategy, which I really wouldn't call a strategy. So right now I have around £6,889. Let's say the new tax year opens, I can sell everything here and have about a third of my ISA allowance already full up. In fact, I have many other general accounts, and in total I am already close to filling out my next year's stocks and shares ISA, but they are just kept into general investment accounts. Now, the first reason as to why the general investment account may not be the best thing to do is because you are liable to be paying taxes if you pass certain thresholds. So this is the HMRC website, and the first tax threshold that you may pass if you are invested a lot of money anyway into a trading 212 invest account is your capital gains tax allowance, which will be different year to year. So if you are watching this at any time after the video was posted, do bear in mind that that can change. So currently the government gives us £3,000 of tax-free capital gains allowance. Now, when you sell a share, any profit made can count as a capital gain. Now, taxes are very complex and also very specific to individual circumstances. So I can't just say one thing and expect it to be, correct for most people. In my past video, people were very happy to point that out. But let's just speak generally. If you make around £3,000 in gains, that remains tax-free. Of course, there are so many ways in which that statement can be false. So currently, I don't have any unrealized gains here, but if I did have an unrealized gain, let's say of plus £6,000, and then I sold that, more than likely I'll have to pay tax on at least that £3,000. Very simple example. Don't roast me in the comments. I'm just giving you a general example. If I click the 3 horizontal line menu over here and then scroll down to where it says history and then go into orders, you can see that in my account, I have realized a profit of £5,718. The way I like to see it is that any profits that I make in my trading 212 invest account, that helps me reach that much closer to maxing out my stocks and shares ISA. And when I showed you my trading 212 stocks and shares ISA, which is worth around £117,000, the total amount of contributions that I made was £80,000, but that is because every year I do get capital gains from my trading 212 invest account. So even that £80,000, I can take away £5,000 to show that my actual deposits was less than £75,000. And in the years previous to that, when I was using a general investment account, I was making significant amount of capital gains. And so my total deposits of £80,000 within my stocks and shares ISA wasn't actually £80,000 of my money. If you're still following, what I'm trying to say is that I've maxed out my ISA every single year for the past 5 years. So that's £100,000. But that wasn't £100,000 that came from my bank. A lot of it was capital gains from actually investing outside of a stocks and shares ISA. Now, it goes without saying that there are other taxes that you may have to pay depending on your tax situation. The second type of tax you may have to pay is, of course, dividend taxes. Now, in total, in my trading 212 invest account, I make very little off of dividends. In the 3-ish years that I've had it, I've only made around £413 in dividends. So I have always been well below the dividend allowance. In the current tax year, as I speak, the dividend allowance is £500. So if you have a lot of dividend paying companies outside of your stocks and shares ISA, it may be tax inefficient for you. Now, the third type of tax that you might have to pay in a trading 212 invest account is interest on uninvested cash. If you hit the 3 horizontal line menu over here, and then at the top where it says interest on cash, you can actually get interest on your cash, but these are put into qualifying money market funds, so your capital technically is at risk, so do bear that in mind. But currently I have around £6,500 in cash. The current rate is 4.35%. Of course, that is subject to change. And currently I'm earning 76 pence in daily interest. Now, over the past month, I've only earned £4.60, but everyone has a personal savings allowance. If you are a basic rate taxpayer, that personal savings allowance is £1,000. So if you make more than £1,000 as a basic rate taxpayer, then anything earned over £1,000 is subject to you paying taxes. Again, everyone's tax situation is different. There may be instances where whatever I said doesn't apply. So do instead contact a tax professional. Okay, so it might seem all well and good. It has really worked out for me investing outside of an ISA and within an ISA. It's really helped me contribute that 100k that I have put into stocks and shares ISAs without actually forking out 100k from my pockets, which, I did not have that type of money. So the disadvantage of investing outside of a stocks and shares ISA in the hopes of transferring between the invest account and the stocks and shares ISA is, of course, that the market is completely unpredictable. I made several videos about why I didn't max out my stocks and shares ISA earlier this year. And this is because I was invested into the S&P 500, which once the new tax year opened, it crashed by 20%. So I wasn't going to sell my holdings off at a loss. So what I did was wait. And fortunately for me, within that time period, the stock market did go up. And then I did manage to sell and transfer into my bank account and then max out my separate stocks and shares ISA. So this is how you can move cash between your trading to invest account and your stocks and shares ISA. You cannot move over stocks from an invest account over to the stocks and shares ISA. This is because you could avoid taxes by doing that. Let's say, for example, BP had an unrealized profit of £2,000. It's not, but let's say it was. And then I moved it over to my stocks and shares ISA. I could be avoiding capital gains tax. So there's no avoiding capital gains tax, dividend tax, or interest on cash tax, which is just basically your savings tax. So if you do want to transfer, remember only in cash. All you have to do is to press the 3 horizontal line menu at the bottom of the screen. So go to the third menu from the top, which says Manage Funds. And then all you do down at the bottom is click the big blue button, which says Move Funds. And now you can choose which way you want to transfer from. So as default, it's from the invest account over to the stocks ISA. But if you click the button in the middle, which has the little, up and down arrows, click it and it actually changes the direction. So you can go from stocks ISA to invest, which I have no idea why you would want to do that. But if you have accidentally made a transfer between your stocks ISA and your invest account, it is not all over because luckily for you now, Trading 212 has a flexible stocks and shares ISA. So you should be able to move it back. But if you have made that mistake, I will double check what your options are, but I don't think it's the end of the world now. But anyway, if I wanted to transfer £6,000 from my invest account and into my stocks and shares ISA, I could do that now. However, I'm not going to do it because I have actually maxed out my stocks and shares ISA limit for the year, even though Trading 212 doesn't know that because they don't actually have any information that I did that. It's all up to me to make sure that I don't deposit more than £20,000 per tax year between all of the different types of ISAs. This includes cash ISA, lifetime ISA, innovative finance ISA. So make sure to check out some of my other videos and I'll see you in the next video.